Hello, Tom Maguire. I just want to do a quick book review on Helgoland by Carlo Rovelli. So I've read quite a couple of Carlo Rovelli books just recently. First of all, I've got to apologise about the mess. We're in the middle of building at the minute. Everything's getting chucked in here in the office. It's just not working out great. So once everything's sorted, I will have somewhere better to do my reviews from. But I don't want to stop doing them. So I've recently read Reality is Not What It Seems by Carlo Rovelli. I've read 7 Brief Lessons on Physics, and I've loved all of them. Helgoland as well is his latest one. Really good books. I'm still not someone who could explain quantum physics to you, and as the late, great Richard Feynman once said, he said the more one studies quantum physics, the less one understands it, or something along those lines. So, and I've talked about Richard Feynman before. He knows his stuff when it comes to science and physics for sure. I read Schrodinger's Cat, must have been about 20 years ago now. I was trying to work out how long ago that was, 15, 20 years ago. A very interesting book as well. I find quantum physics and quantum mechanics and all that sort of stuff very, very interesting. But these books are more than just that. They're not just about the science. They're poetic, they're philosophical. He weaves in some lovely stories from history. Helgoland or Heligoland is where Werner Heisenberg went to escape his hay fever, and it was there that he started thinking about and writing about quantum physics and made some really interesting discoveries. So Carlo Rovelli's books, they've all got really nice covers. They're all really stylish and quite unique. I think he's got a really unique style. He seems to be quite a stylish, unique sort of guy as well. So it all kind of just comes together really nicely. I think he's obviously had a lot of success with them. They're quite short as well. I've only listened to the audio version so far, although I've got Reality Is Not What It Seems on order. I've ordered the hardback. It's an illustrated hardback. It was quite hard to get hold of, so I should be getting that in the post fairly soon. I was hoping to have had that by today, but I think I made a mistake ordering it, so I reordered it again today. So it should be here in a few days, hopefully. But I'll do a separate review on that one at some point, with it being the hardback, the illustrated hardback. I'll have a proper look at that and do a more thorough review. But all his books are just so interesting. They're short, they're relatively easy to get through for such a difficult subject. And like I say, it's philosophy, it's poetry. The way he writes is really, really lovely. It's just really, really enjoyable. It really appeals to the likes of me. Really, really, really. Keep saying really, but it does. It appeals to the sort of person that I am, the sort of things that I appreciate. I love philosophy. I love poetic, good writing, that imaginative type stuff, as well as obviously quantum physics being a fascinating subject. So he's brilliant as far as I'm concerned. I highly recommend his books. And this one, Helgoland, his latest one, really, really good. The narrator is really good as well on the audio version. He draws on sort of Eastern philosophy, the Indian philosopher Nagarjuna. He draws on some of his stuff as well. It's really interesting. I'd not heard of him before, so I've looked him up, and very, very interesting as well. And the main sort of concept of the book being relations and how things work in relationship to each other. And it's this kind of very weird or difficult concept to get, that nothing really kind of exists in and of itself. Things only exist in relation to other things when it comes to atomic particles and things. And yeah, I'm not gonna try and explain it, but I just find it absolutely fascinating. You've got to read the book or listen to the book. Even if you're not necessarily interested in quantum physics, although I would be surprised to find anyone who wouldn't find it interesting once they've given it a proper go. But even if you think you're not particularly interested, I would urge you to give these a bit of a chance, just because they're lovely books. They're short. Whether you read them or listen to them, they're easy to get through in that respect. And I think it just opens your mind, doesn't it? Just to think about these things a little bit. It is mind expanding to think about these things, and it's enjoyable. I'm just going to talk to you about a couple more books. It's difficult doing it this way because I've got to hold the camera up. My arm's aching. Hang on a minute. I've got this one here, look. The Origins and History of Consciousness, Eric Neumann. I'm going to be reading that very soon. I look forward to that. That's one that Jordan Peterson recommends, I think. I'm reading Anamkara at the minute, if you can see that there. John O'Donohue's done some fantastic stuff. It's really nice philosophy, Celtic philosophy. So I will be reviewing that one fairly soon. And let me have a look. And also this one, How to Think Like Leonardo da Vinci by Michael J. Gelb. I'm halfway through that one at the minute. It's not fantastically written. It's a little bit self-helpy and not in the best kind of way, but I think because it's about Leonardo da Vinci and he is so interesting, and the advice that Michael J. Gelb gives is actually very useful if you want to improve things for yourself. Because of that redeems it, and I think it's a really good book. But some people will find it a bit lowbrow self-help, I suppose, in a way. I don't mind that sometimes. If everything I read like that was like that, I'd be bored out of my mind. But occasionally I find those kind of books very, very useful, because some of the stuff that they give you is quite practical, and I like that. But anyway, I'll be doing all those very soon. Helgoland, fantastic book, can't recommend it enough. Go out there, give it a go. Carlo Rovelli, I think he's great. I look forward to speaking again soon. Please keep liking and subscribing. Thank you very much. Goodbye.